Good morning, you guys. Your boy Ben Mahari here, represent Mahari Nation Sports Podcast. Much love to the entire LDBC and the basketball community. You understand what I'm saying? Don't miss basketball conversations every Friday night, 9 p.m. Central Time. Is where we discuss basketball-related topics, news, debates, and everything else in the world of basketball. And if you want to donate to the channel, I will post in the Cash App and PayPal links underneath the description box if you want to donate any money or anything value to the quality of this channel. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon to get all the latest notifications when I start dropping videos and live streams. And please spread the word about the channel. All right, with all that out the way, let's get down to business, shall we? So, another big development that is going on in the world of college sports, and I'm telling you, it is making things very, very hard for the NCAA, and I'm loving every single bit of it. And what I'm talking about, well, here's the breaking news story as I post up the title here. So, Florida basically signed a bill yesterday that will allow college students to get paid for their likeness, name, and image. A bill that's going to go in effect next year, July 1st of 2021, and it's the first of its kind on the state level. So, Governor by the name of Ron DeSantis basically allowed the bill to basically allow college athletes to get paid based on their likeness, imagery, and also their name. You know what I mean? So in April, the NCAA announced it supported proposed changes from a working group to allow college athletes to take advantage of these kind of rights, which, according to recommendations outlined, the new rules are expected to be written by October 31st, with a vote taking place no later than January 31st of next year. The NIL rights would then be in effect for the following season of 2021-2022. But however, this does not prohibit states from signing their own NL legislation. And basically, the governor of Florida basically told reporters that he wants Florida to be a nationwide leader around this front. So he's basically said in a tweet, "I really think this is I think it really is Florida leading the way on this." So yeah, it's pretty much continuing the movement that a lot of the other states that are basically pushing on. Okay, so other states could also follow into this kind of movement, putting more pressure on the NCAA moving forward. So last month, the Power Five commissions basically bypassed the NCAA and sent their own letter to Congress to light a fire in what they called timely issue. NCAA members want the NIL legislation as a means to deter future lawsuits over the matter. Still, NIL rights for athletes are not universally supported by those within the Power Five college ranks. All right, let's keep that in mind here, okay? So this is not the first time that a state has passed this kind of bill. Last year, California passed a similar type bill. You know, what I mean that allowed college athletes to receive compensation for the use of their likeness, sign endorsement deals, and hire agents to represent them. And I'm telling you, this is long overdue. Listen, this has been long overdue because as you guys already know, the NCAA is basically like a slavery plantation where they make money off of the backs of these athletes, and the athletes don't get anything from it. They've used athletes' likeness, their image, their name to make money off of their own talents, and the athlete doesn't get anything. You know, great examples like the Ed O'Bannon lawsuit from 5 to 6 years ago are the greatest examples of that. You know what I mean? Right now, the whole issue of Zion Williamson, being, giving, basically proper benefits. This could change if 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 the states start passing legislation to pass these kind of bills to allow athletes to make money off of their own likeness and their talents. And so I would highly suggest for you guys to rewatch the video that I did about Walter Byers, because what the Walter Byers video states on the fact that the term of student athlete was basically created to basically prevent colleges from paying any sort of disability or liability issues, in the event that this athlete gets hurt. But in the result, it created the money Ponzi scheme that is now created into what's going on in college sports right now, and the NCAA has been able to take advantage of this for the longest of times. Now, a lot of these states are basically thinking about passing this kind of legislation. California and Florida are the two biggest ones off the rip to allow this kind of legislation to happen, and I'm glad to see that this is happening, because right now the NCAA is going to be forced to be in a position where they're going to have to start changing the mold of their old guard. If not, a lot of states are basically going to bypass what their agenda is, and as a result, the NCAA is not going to make any money make any more money off of these athletes anymore, because that's been the big topic of issue for the last 2 decades. Everybody in college sports know this, that whenever you basically enter your eligibility as an NCAA athlete, you're basically subjected to all of their ridiculous rules. You can't, make any money outside of your own, entity. You know what I mean? You can't even make a YouTube channel and make any and have any monetization for your channel. You get what I'm saying? All these kind of ridiculous things are basically what the NCAA does to you to try to handicap the students, so that way they make the money, and you as an athlete, you don't make any money. You see how ridiculous that sounds? I'll tell you this though. I came up with a great analogy that I basically talked with a former, University of Minnesota basketball player. I said to him was, you should be making more money than a drug dealer. But unfortunately, that's not the case. And we basically laughed, but I was pretty much right, because he knew what I was going with this. Because it's ridiculous how a college athlete that hasn't broken any rules, but yet can get no money and assume that a scholarship, athletic scholarship, is going to cover everything else. Like, are you kidding me? Like, it's absolutely ridiculous what these college athletes go through on an everyday basis. And all these TV contracts from all these other conferences are basically built off of the backs of these athletes. It's pretty much what's going on around here. And I'm very glad that basically California last year and now Florida are basically following suit. It will continue the wave of possibly other states to pass similar legislation to basically put the handicap to the old ways that the NCAA has been able to take advantage of these athletes for the past decade. And so I'm glad to see that it's happening. I hope that more states, including my state, Minnesota, can follow suit on this, because it is ridiculous how they control every aspect of your life, and they say that they want to give opportunities to the students, but except they make money off of you, and you don't get a cent of it. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I'm glad that the state of Florida, even though of all the things I could say about them, about how they've handled the COVID-19 pandemic, but I will give them credit by passing this type of legislation, because it is long overdue. In all honesty, this is only the beginning. Because don't be surprised if other states start following suit and pass more similar legislation like this. But tell me what you guys think in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about this bill here, and I'm going to post a link to the article in the description box so you can see it for yourself. But tell me what you guys think.